What's going on, everybody? Shadow Trucker. Today is Monday, August 3rd, 8:18 p.m. I'm currently over here in Edgerton, Kansas, waiting to get loaded in the morning. So, last time we talked, been fucking, what, 2 years? 3 years? God damn. Last time we talked, I was leaving RTI. And I moved over to another company called Richard's Corner Creek Farm out of Wisconsin. I was doing lease out of there. So I'm no longer there. There was no issues with that company. It just, I got away from the lease and lease purchase thing because this last year and a half, fuel prices have just been wrecking everything. And with all these foreign people driving trucks right now, they're driving the rates down as well, which is hurting even more. I'm not saying all of them are bad, but you know, those ones that the foreign companies that just come over here and they drive like crap, they treat the trucks like crap, they take these loads that are paying terrible, and it's because they don't need that kind of money, so it ruins the market for us. There were loads that I was seeing, you know, they were going from when I was over in, I would deliver in New Mexico. They would have loads going from New Mexico all the way over to like Florida or other places on the East Coast, and they were only paying like 90 cents a mile for some of them loads. And you're not going to make money doing that as a lease or lease purchase driver if you're making those truck payments and you're paying for all that fuel. It's not going to happen. For the last year and a half, I was making nowhere near as much money as I originally was when I started over there. Yeah, I called the owner, let him know I was leaving, and he was grateful. I let him know. I cleaned the truck out, brought it back to him, dropped the trailer off where he needed it, dropped the truck off where he needed it. They both told me, him and the, I guess you'd call it the administrator. They both were on the phone with me, and they were like, you're welcome back anytime. You were a great driver. So we have no issues, no bad blood there. So I switched back to the company side of the house. I drive for Cook Trucking now, K-O-C-H. Don't ask, I don't know how you get Cook out of that. Apparently it's German, according to my mom. She's German. But I thought it was like cock or coke or something. Anyways, I moved over here. I want to say I went to orientation on the 20th or 22nd. How do I do this? I don't know how to use this damn thing. Anyways, it was either June 20th or 22nd. So going to orientation here is very straightforward. It's 3-day process, like most places. You're either going to fly up or down, or you're going to drive up or down. They do orientation out of Minnesota, right up there by Minneapolis, and they have another facility down in, I believe it's Appling, Georgia. The one down in Georgia is mostly drivers that are hauling golf carts. That is a very big division we have. Good money. You just have to be careful. You mess those things up, you're in a world of trouble. Same with the account that I'm on. But for Appling, Georgia, it's mostly the guys that are hauling golf carts. So, they have some other people going down there. Like, I was originally supposed to go there, but then they filled it with all these golf cart haulers, and then they switched me to Minneapolis, which wasn't an issue. So before you get here, you're going to talk to your recruiter. You're going to fill all this crap out on the computer, do a bunch of little trainings on driver pulse. The one big thing that is different here, you have to have a 10-year work history, which that's a long time for me, trying to think back to some of the other places I'd been at before trucking. So just be forewarned with that. You are going to need 10 years of work history. If you talk to your recruiter and they're like, we just need 3 years, tell them no, you need 10 years and they need to put it in the system. Or whenever you're filling out the application on Driver Pulse or whatever, you put it in there yourself to make sure it's there, so they can't say they didn't tell you or you didn't know or whatever happened. Um, the if you're going to fly up, I'm not sure when they schedule your flights for. I'm assuming it's Friday or Saturday, and you get there Saturday or Sunday, and you'll probably fly out Saturday. Actually, you get there Saturday or Sunday morning or Saturday night. You'll check into the hotel. If you're driving up, get there Sunday. I mean, you can get there Saturday if you want to, but get there Sunday for sure, and check into the hotel. You have to have the rental cars turned in when you get up there, and they will get you an Uber or a Lyft or whatever the hell it is to get you from the airport or the car drop-off place, which is usually at the airport, and they'll get you one of those to bring you to the hotel. If you're driving, they're usually going to call you on a Friday. You have to be within a certain distance, I think, reasonable for you to drive there. They will call you on a Friday. They will generally have your car scheduled to pick up either that Friday afternoon or evening if you have to drive 2 days, or if it's only going to take you a day to get up there, they'll schedule it for Saturday pickup, Sunday turn in, and you'll be at the hotel. So, like I just said, you get up there, you turn these things in, you get to the hotel, you get checked into your room, and once you're there, it's going to say it on your sheet before you come in. There's going to be 2 vans at the hotel. 2 people are going to drive those 2 vans, and those 2 people, once they get the keys, they keep the keys the whole of orientation. They'll drive you there in the morning, they'll drive you back every evening or afternoon. Unless they get in trouble for some reason, and get kicked out, or they're not eligible for hire, then the keys will obviously go to somebody else. So Monday, you'll go to orientation, and you'll turn in, all your paperwork that's needed. So your driver's license, your social security card, your passport, birth certificate, whatever you have that you brought, you'll turn it all in. You'll also turn in all of your fuel receipts if you drove up there. Trying to think what else we got. I think that's about everything you turn in. Then you're going to meet with Jenny and Candy. They're the 2 that are always there in orientation. Candy is generally not going to talk very much. She's the one usually doing all the documentation for, your licenses and all that, getting your fuel cards set up, getting your driver IDs set up, all of that stuff. Jenny will talk a lot while she's there. Not like she's just talking for shits and giggles. She does a lot of the talking for the training. So day 1, you'll meet those 2. You'll meet safety, benefits, and I think payroll, HR, quite a few people. Tuesday, and then you'll go over like a whole bunch of crap, obviously. The Samsara app, I don't know if you guys have ever used Samsara for logs. They use that, and their system is, not their system Samsara. The way they use it is a little different than other companies. It's quite interesting. It's very well put together. It sounds confusing when they go over it in class, but once you actually get to touch it, it's so much more organized. And then you also use the Cook app as well to do some of your trainings, and then or not your trainings, but your dispatching. And then you have the Luma app, which you'll do for a lot of your trainings that they issue you. So day 1, you just go over that stuff. You'll take some training on the iPad, because you use iPads in the class for everything. You'll do some training on there. You also get issued your books that you're going to have, your paperwork, some of the, or not paper, like paperwork cards that have like some of the company's information on them, some of the information on how to use the Samsara, how to do logs if you're reporting them to, when you get pulled over, stuff like that. Day 2, you will meet with road service or breakdown. You'll meet with the mechanic or head of maintenance or whatever, if he's there. If not, you'll get the next guy. There's some other stuff you go over on day 2. You also do your physicals on day 2. That's the other thing you'll turn in on Monday, is your physical paperwork. You need the long form as well as the card. Tuesday, you will go take physicals if you are within 6 months or less from expiring. You'll either take them, generally half the class will go in the morning. If there's not that many people, you'll all go in the morning. If not, you'll usually go Wednesday morning. I'm going to tell you right now, If your physical is 6 months or less from expiring, go get one before you get there. That doctor is a little, I don't know, I want to say weird, but it's not really the word. Not that he's like creepy or anything, just the way he does it is weird. Get your physical before you get there. They're not going to pay for your physical before you get there. They'll pay for the one there, but I would highly recommend getting one with your normal doctor. You'll go over some more minor stuff Tuesday, watching videos quite a bit. Wednesday, you will meet your dispatcher or driver manager, whatever you want to call them. I don't know about the rest of them. I've only met mine. Adam, he's pretty fucking chill. Super fucking chill, really. But you'll meet your dispatcher or driver manager Wednesday. You can ask them all the questions you have. They'll go over, where not every place you're going to go run, but they're going to go over, like how your stuff is going to run, when you'll be picking up, and like where you'll be picking up, where you'll be doing deliveries. They'll kind of go over the general part of that with you. You can ask them every question you have at that point. If you don't have their number, get their number at that point. They will give you your dispatcher's number. You will also, once you log into the Cook app, you will have your, I want to say trainer, but that's not the word. Your mentor. You'll get a mentor, and their information will be in the Cook app. They're the one, like if you're doing these accounts, they're the ones that'll teach you how, to strap everything down. Well, not teach you. You've already learned Wednesday because you're going to do training on your trailer on Wednesday. Not the one you're issued, but a version of yours that matches your trailer that you're going to have. So when you get to the facility to get loaded for the first time, your driver mentor should be there to make sure you're doing everything right. Everything that you just got taught on Wednesday. A lot of people will go get their trucks they'll leave Wednesday to go get their trucks and get everything set up. The first load, they usually try to run you, or that first week, but generally it's the first load, they try to run you by your house so you can get all the rest of your stuff into your truck. When you leave on Wednesday, you will get issued a backpack, a carry bag, or it's like a drawstring bag. You'll get issued that, at least if you're in Minnesota. You also get an arm bag that goes over your armrest on your chair. You will get issued your iPad. They issue you the newest generation of iPad that is currently out at that time. So right now we have the 2016, I think it's 2015 model technically, the A13s, brand new tablets. You don't pay for these. You get issued it, and if you stay with the company for a year, you get to keep it. If you get fired, you quit, something like that, you have to turn it back in. And any damages that happen to this, they're all on you. You have to cover that. These tablets are not controlled by the company. These are fully, you do whatever you want with this thing. They pay for data on them through AT&T, unlimited data with these things. Now, once you finish your 1 year, that does not mean your data plan stops. As long as you are with this company, they will continue to pay for your data plan for your iPad. And it also has hotspot and all that stuff, so you can do whatever in your truck. But the iPad that's in the truck, yes, you're going to have an iPad in the truck as well. That is the company's iPad. You can't do shit with that thing except for the apps that are on there, which that's what it's for. That also has a hotspot. You don't have to take the iPad. It's optional. Trying to think of what else. If you do not get hired on that day, they'll send you home or they'll keep you in the hotel depending on how long it's going to take for you to finish everything that's going to be needed for you to get hired on. I had to go home because that DOT physical person they have up there, being a moron, said I needed to get paperwork from the VA, even though I've already had the paperwork before. I've never had less than a 2-year physical with my paperwork, and this guy all of a sudden was like, oh, it's only a 1-year physical. This is why, and gave me a bunch of sheets of paper. I read all these papers, and it said it's at the discretion of the doctor, so he's just being a dick, so you have to keep going back there. That pretty much covers all of orientation. As far as eating, breakfast is at the hotel. It's actually pretty damn good breakfast. What did they put us up in, the Hampton? I believe it was a nice ass hotel, and it's the one they use all the time. There's restaurants right there. Walmart's within like a 4-minute walking distance from the hotel if you're just walking at a normal pace. But yeah, breakfast at the hotel, pretty good breakfast. Lunch is at orientation. The very first thing you do when you get into that classroom every day is go on the iPad, and on that screen, they have it already on the screen. You will select what you want for lunch. There's a different restaurant each day, I think. Well, I know for the first 2 days we had. The third day, I think we used the same one as the second day. Either way, it is very good food. It is not cheap either. When it gets there, you will see that it is not cheap food. And then dinner, you place your order as well before you go back to the hotel. And you 2 or 3 of you guys will get together. You'll go pick the food up, and you'll bring it back to the hotel. And everybody will come down to the dining area in the hotel. You get your food. You can either eat down there, you can bring it back up to your room, obviously. But that's not cheap food either. That shit is good. Really good food. It is insane how much they paid on food alone for lunches and dinner. We've seen the receipts, and it was insane. Think that's pretty much it for orientation. When you get a truck, their trucks here are, I think they try to keep them 2 years or less. They do have some trucks that have been here for 3 years, but I think it's generally around 250,000 miles they try to get rid of them. Although the account that I'm on, they might start getting rid of our trucks around 150 to 175,000 because of how quickly we put the mileage on these trucks. But the majority of the trucks are Volvos. They do have some Freightliners, but the Freightliners are generally being set up for the flatbed haulers, the low boys, RGNs, whatever. Those guys generally have the Freightliners because they're set up with the boxes on the back for all their chains and binders and tarps and all that fun shit. The rest of us, we generally get Volvos. Like right now, I have a 2026 Volvo. A guy had it before me, had like 40,000 miles. I don't know if he quit, got fired, whatever, but yeah, it's a nice truck. I still like my Freightliners, obviously. I need to figure out how to mount my fucking TV in this truck because they have that mount that's on the wall with the swing arm, but you're not putting a 32-inch TV on there. I'm gonna tell you that right now. It doesn't fit between the microwave and the fridge. The fridge is bigger, so there's a smaller gap between the microwave and the fridge. So I need to figure out how to mount it on the wall like I did in my Freightliner. I will go over this truck in a different video. I got to finish getting it all set up. I mean, yeah. But that pretty much covers all of orientation. That lets you know where I've been, what I've been doing. I honestly don't know why I stopped making the videos. I don't know. I was working a lot. Obviously, I was out 4 to 6 weeks at a time with that last company. But, now I got both kids. They're getting a little older. So this company, I can go home pretty much whenever I want to also. But I have no fuel costs, no truck payment, none of that. So when I do go home, I don't get negative checks if I don't come back out after, before so long. This company, I go home when I want. I generally stay out 2 weeks here. This time I'm doing 3 weeks because I'm going to be home for a little longer because the warehouse for the account that I'm on is not going to be shut down, but it's kind of going to be shut down-ish. They have to bring all the new inventory for 2027 in. We've pretty much emptied that warehouse of all 2026. So yeah, I mean, that's it. I'll try to get a video of this truck, try to get some more videos of the company. I definitely need to do a video of this trailer because I haul for CF Moto. That's strictly what I haul, CF Moto units. That's all their side-by-sides and their basic stuff like that. I haul the U10s, U10 Pro XLs, Highlanders, Z10s, all that shit. So I will definitely do a video of the inside of this trailer because it is a dry van, but it's a deck trailer. So it's a little interesting. And I have the brand new 2027 one, so it has the newest way it's going to be set up. And it is very, very nice. But that's all for now. You guys can still email me. shadowtrucker210@gmail.com, or you can put stuff in the comments. I can answer questions in there again. Yeah, that's all for now. You guys take care out there and stay safe.